we're going to cover a new add-in that I created for the Visual Basic 6 IDE for memory window. It adds an icon to the toolbar as well as to the add-ins list. So we'll fire that up. You have to start it before you start your application. In this test application, we have some variables here, and that is going to print out for us the addresses of different things. You can run this edited breakpoint as well. So first we'll start with a string pointer. We'll enter that in, we'll hit return, and we can see here is my Unicode string. And it has all the different address modes that you would typically see in a tool such as this. Kind of draws from experience in like WinDebug and OWI and stuff. You can hit next to keep scrolling, you can hit previous to keep scrolling back. Basic behaviors. If we wanted to see something like an array of longs, so here we'll hit return again, and we can see them in memory. We could also view them as longs. So in this case, this would make the most sense on how to read these. And also, let's say we wanted to go back. This also builds an address list as we go. So I can hit the escape key, and it'll take me back through not only the previous addresses that I have viewed, but also the manner, the view type that I'd viewed them. So to record those for you. And also, so here we'll go to an object pointer. So this is a VB form object, which is a COM object. And here we're viewing it as a long address. And here we see that some of the data has been dereferenced for us. So like here's a pointer to a Unicode string. Here's one that was dereferenced to other data. Now, if I hit the control key and I mouse over these, we can see that it kind of turns to a hyperlink because I'm holding the control key down. And if I go over some of these, some of them don't. And the ones that do are valid addresses, and the ones that don't aren't valid addresses, so it kind of probes them. So I'll hyperlink these, I'll click on it, it takes me to the next thing of data, and this doesn't make a whole, these aren't addresses because nothing's being dereferenced. So maybe I'll look at it as the hex dump, or maybe I'll look at it as the disassembler. And here we can see that in this case we've navigated to code. And also again in the disassembler, if I mouse over something and hit control, if it's an address, then I'll be able to go to it and follow the jumps and addresses and stuff like that. In this case, that was a data reference, so I'll hit escape, bring me back to all my view modes. So it's a pretty handy little tool. It compiles either as a add-in for the Visual Basic 6 IDE, and it's also available as a standalone executable. And if we had been doing things like process injection, or we wanted to be extracting data from a remote process, you can also go to Tools, External Process, and then like if you wanted to explore, you can start typing those in and it will sort the list, and you can select that, and then it would select that process for us. And I guess that's probably all the main features I wanted to cover. You could also have multiple windows open if you were viewing a couple things at the same time. Sometimes you want that. But it's a pretty handy little tool to go out of data create. And it's always been a weak spot that Visual Basic 6 has been missing. So now we have it. Thanks.